Hello. Recording. Yes. All right. Let's see. Today was tutorial set. Well, it was busy, but then eventually got to get back home after all the chores. I think I got like, I want to say eight. Well, yeah, like 7 or 8 hours. I still got 7 or 8 hours, so we're still cool. Well, no, I think I got like 6 or 7. So, anyways, besides the point. This right here, these visual effects here with depth of field and ambient occlusion and way too crazy of a lens flare and the reflective thing down there and some color fixing and all this is what we worked on learning today. And it's pretty cool stuff. It's more so just settings. Oh yeah, and there's our uh, blur from moving. But motion blur. Yes, that's what it's called. A little tired. Spent a lot of time on the road. Anyways, but yeah. So to make this stuff work is what we learned today, and we did it with this fella's tutorial. We went through the whole thing from start to finish, and it was introduction, managing game, utilizing post-processing effects while managing game performance. So yeah, that's what we went over today. Again by Joshua Kenny, same guy as before. But let's see. So what you can do to get all these effects going on inside your scene to make the visuals all pretty, you can either do it here inside of the render settings and default post processing. You can turn things on and off here, or you can just go and what you do is you create a post post processed volume box, which is what this box is right here that I have selected. And then you tell the post process volume box to be unbound. See, when it's bound, it's not affecting any of the scene unless I move inside the box, and then it should start to, but everything's out of focus. So yeah, but if it's unbound, then it affects the whole scene, which gives you a nice handy. See, and everything will start to kind of come back in. Gives you a nice handy way of controlling everything via an object inside the scene or the post processing effects. And so let's see, what is it from the top? Let's get back up here. So the base settings are just for contrast and all that jazz, levels, brightness, blah. But what's really cool is you can use a LUT. A LUT is basically one of these guys. Yeah, this guy. And you use this guy, and eventually you make him look. Well, you take a snapshot of your scene, you bring that into GIMP or Photoshop, whatever you happen to have, and then you do adjustments to the image as you want. Then you do those same adjustments that you did to the image to this guy, and you end up afterwards with something like this guy. It's a slightly different version. Anyways, these all contain the adjustments that you did, be it levels or color or saturation or whatever. Then you tell it to apply that grading to the scene, like so. And then you can either choose a lot or a little. But anyways, it does an overall effect of what you did inside of GIMP and or Photoshop to the scene. And so, yeah, you end up with a really cool effect. And then down here, let's see. So just bloom. Yeah, we can control the color of the various levels of the bloom. See how up there, it's because it's kind of like a gradient, but looks rather silly. But just in case you needed to control the bloom, which is that all around the lights, you could. Oh, and then there's the dirt mask, which I can turn way up if you want and see this way. There's a little bit of dirt over it. So, anyways, that's overkill. But yeah, it just helps break up the lighting so it's not quite so perfect. And then there's the exposure, and you can actually make it so when you turn away and when you turn back, the rate at which the auto exposure goes up and down to simulate your eyes getting used to or not used to the darkness. You can turn that to go fast or slow. So if your character is waking up from a dream, it can go slow, and if they're just looking around, it can go fast. to help them keep moving through the game. Ambient occlusion, simple enough. That's along the walls and in the corners of everything where light goes into a corner, bounces around, and gets stuck and dissipates, and that's ambient occlusion basically. Yeah, see there it is in the corners. I wonder if you can push it past one. Nope. Anyways, global illumination, pretty simple. It's one light that lights up everything, so you'll mostly see it in these shadow areas down here. Yeah, see down below. Anywhere that isn't getting light, that's what will get affected by it. So you can use it as filler for anything that if you wanted like stuff that's in the shadows to get lit up at least a little bit anyways. You know. And then there's depth of field, which is, if I get close you'll see my field area is only or field my focus area is only so far from the camera. So as I get close to things, they fall out of focus, and things that are far away fall out of focus too, because there's a range at which, yes, a range at which everything's in focus. Beyond that, it goes out. So there's that. Then we were down to motion blur, which you just kind of set a few settings and get it to behave itself. But also they were talking about how to do it and keep it memory efficient. Reflections, pretty straightforward. And yeah, I think that was all the stuff. So, anyways, yeah, post-processing effects. It was the name of the game today. And hope everybody had a lovely Saturday. And tomorrow, I don't have to get stuck in traffic for 6 hours. That was intense. Um, I was doing a drive today that should have taken about 2 hours or an hour and 10 minutes each way, and instead I spent 6 hours on the road. Bleh. Anyways, shook it off. Yeah, so hope everybody had a lovely Saturday. Hope y'all are having fun out there, and yeah. If anybody is watching and is like, hey, you should do this other tutorial over there, well, let me know. And otherwise, hope you all have a lovely rest of your Saturday, and I will catch you tomorrow. All right. Peace. Awkward moment before stopping recording.